It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, they lost game one in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Well, guys, so much of what Kevin Love can do on the floor doesn't even show up on the stat sheet. One thing you often hear people talk about is his ability to throw the outlet pass. Have you ever seen another player, well, I know I have, as good as he is on the outlet?
Well, you know, Wes Unseld is the first name you think of.
That was the one in my brain,
the
too.
godfather of big men, Bill Russell, defined what it meant to be a good outlet passer. But you know what's funny, Ernie? I can't outlet the ball like he does, and I'm the strongest guy to ever play the game.
You're the strongest man that ever played the game.
I don't know why I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
I don't know.
Why not?
What makes you the strongest man that ever played the game?
Because I ripped down 15 backboards.
Okay, well, that makes you the strongest man that ever played the game.
And you can't throw a pass like that.
No, not the overhead one. He has one where he does it from the chest.
Yes.
I can't do that one.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe it's a weak upper body.
There it is.
Ernie, look at this chest.
I'll just say this. Wes Unseld, I agree with.
Thank you.
I'll take my shirt off right now.
Well, please don't.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Everyone is in their seat here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland as the Cavaliers look to grab a win here at home. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. The Pistons coming to town hoping to notch this one here in this one-game road trip. Well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. 2 elite teams put each other to the test certainly every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
And right now for the Pistons, they fought awfully hard this season, and they've got the results to show for it. It's been a breakout year for this group.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a nice story, but now the real work begins, getting themselves primed for a deep push into the playoffs.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Tristan Thompson is one of the elite offensive rebounders in the league. He said, for me, it's always see ball, get ball, and just bring the energy and be that guy that when I check in, guys on the other team are like, oh no, he's here tonight? That's my mentality. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, and clearly Thompson knows his role on this team. Got to admire how hard he goes on the glass. And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it, you've covered it, 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule, and you're starting to see that. Shortening the preseason, stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Reggie Bullock is out there with Griffin. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Robinson. And it's Drummond in at the 5. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. The screen from Thompson. And a wide open look for Hood. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's Jackson. to the wing right side. Here's Drummond, and it comes off the front of the rim. Detroit on D. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game, because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, and you love how both teams gave it everything they had through the end of regulation. But in OT, only one side had something in the tank.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Here's Thompson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I really admire the presence of mind from Rodney Hood. He's terrific at realizing when one of his teammates is wide open.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Drummond a screen. Robinson kicks to Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Now, here is Hill. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Indiana. Hood, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Rodney Hood is a remarkable athlete, and this guy tenacious when he cuts into open space.
Robinson dishes to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Drummond the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Griffith, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Hill against Jackson. Hill kicks to Love. And the dunk by Love.
Kevin, I've always appreciated the unselfish nature of George Hill. He always has his eyes surveying the floor.
For Detroit, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Robinson passes to Drummond. Robinson sets a screen for Drummond. Kicks to Jackson. Back to Drummond. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Drummond's got 6. The Cavaliers trailing. Hill with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Love wide open. He fires. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Griffin dishes to Robinson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Robinson's got his first points of the night. And Tristan Thompson on the bucket with the assist by Hill.
Yeah, there are several ways that Thompson can be a factor on the offensive end, and he is still adding to that arsenal.
Robinson kicks to Drummond. The pass to Jackson. Over Hill, and Detroit again with the bucket. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And here's Smith. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Hill. Hood kicks to Hill. A three-pointer, no good. Last game for the Cavaliers, they picked up the W against the Pacers.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Smith, the pass to Thompson. It's a pick by Love. Here's Hood. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hood's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, I think given his size, Rodney Hood can be very efficient on the interior. This guy feels at home in the paint.
Drummond dishes to Jackson. Love against Griffin. And no good. Great D that time from Love.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is Greg when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
Here's Jackson following the basket by George Hill. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hill kicks to Thompson. They get it back. That's a 2 from Hood. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Man, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Bullock passes to Robinson. He kicks to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Drummond in the post. Working on Thompson. The offensive rebound.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Robinson with the block. Jackson drives in. Love grabs the board.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
The shot's good from Smith.
And really, Smith is always looking to fire as soon as he touches the ball. The D has to be more aware of that quick trigger.
Jackson kicks to Bullock. Griffin dishes to Drummond. And stolen by Love. To the paint. Here's Hill. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Pistons trail by 3. Now here's Calderon. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And Lure kicks to Calderon. Picked by Pachulia. 6 to shoot. Here's Lure. Looking to end the drought. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Pachulia just tireless on the boards. Throws himself at the basket to get any rebound he can.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Cleveland making a change here. Zizic is checked in. Of course, we talk about speed and quickness being a difference maker on offense, which players really use those attributes to lock down players defensively.
I think it's hard not to look at Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. The kind of physical attributes, meaning speed, toughness, length, but they also have the mindset necessary to look opposite some of the best players in the league and say, not on my watch. I'm going to get down in my stance and I'm going to prohibit you from getting to your strengths. It's really maybe underappreciated by everyone except coaches and fans of the game.
True, and you and I were just talking about Tony Allen.
That's a great point. I mean, Tony Allen has made his career specifically on the defensive end because, as you know, he's an opportunistic cutter, and if you leave him open, he can make an uncontested mid-range. But the reality is Tony Allen is in the NBA because he is a great defensive player.
So it's Detroit now. After Kyle Korver hitting the 3, and Pachulia with the dunk.
You know, the easy one there. You know, Galloway able to read the defense, finding his man for the great setup. Pretty.
Now Clarkson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's the screen. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Johnson kicks to Lure. And finished off by Lure.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Here's Zizic. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Calderon kicks to Johnson. Picked by Pachulia. Johnson attacking. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And when you look at what the Pistons have done, pretty clear this is a team that has a vision of who they want to be. Strong defensively, really good at rebounding the basketball, and I think deliberate and patient on the offensive side of the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the Pistons, this has been the identity the team has been aiming for under Stan Van Gundy. It's taken shape, but has yet, Greg, to produce big results.
I think it's because they've just always been one or two pieces short of making that next jump. I think the conference has gotten stronger, and while their best players are really good, I don't think they're quite at that elite level yet to allow this group to take that next step.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Galloway kicks to Calderon. Now the dish to Lure. Back to Calderon. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Pachulia, no luck.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Osman. A three-pointer off the mark. And, well, Detroit shooting very well. 58% the offense is falling right now early for them.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
Now here's Calderon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Lure the screen. Johnson up top. To the wing on the left. Here's Calderon. And he converts the layup. Calderon's got his first points in this one.
Come on now, for a guy who earns his keep from long range, that's just too easy for Calderon.
Pass to Zizic. They set the pick. Left side, Korver passes it to Zizic. Rebound by the Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And offensively that night, it seemed like anytime they took one step forward, they'd end up taking two steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
And one of the focuses for Cavs coach Tyronn Lue has been looking to integrate Kevin Love more consistently into their offense.
Right, because Kevin Love showed in Minnesota he could be a go-to scorer. In Cleveland, he's had to figure out how to be effective as the third option. But if you're Ty Lue, you want to keep your superstars involved and engaged, Kev.
And he knocks down the first one. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Shot to stop the drought. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Pistons have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. The free throw drops for Pachulia.
Now, respect and admiration around the league for how tough Pachulia is. His physicality means an awful lot to this squad.
And Pachulia drops them both. 23 seconds left in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here is Korver, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Nance outside over Lure. Nance no good. With 1 on the clock, and that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, you know, recruited by college coaches, and then he, you know, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, you know, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad Tommy in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who was a pro player either, and also a college coach.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
I don't think the defense has been very good, and right now they're letting them pounce all over them and get second chance opportunities.
We've got Nance. Clarkson is out there with Kyle Korver, and it's Zizic in at the center. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. Once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. Pistons leading by 7. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Galloway kicks to Lure. Back to Galloway. Johnson the screen. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. Calderon, no good. The Cavaliers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Love the pass to Clarkson. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Pistons. Pachulia's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Calderon against Clarkson. There's Galloway. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Lure gets it to go.
You know, the vision there from Galloway. He keeps his head up, scanning the floor. Beautiful.
Now, here's Clarkson. They set the screen. Pass to Zizic. Now the feed to Love. Nance in the post. He's guarded by Johnson. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Nance. The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And Doris, coming into the NBA, Love's game was centered around the basket, a double-double machine.
Well, think about this, Kev. One of 5 players in the last 3 decades to average over 15 rebounds for an entire season. He did that in 2011, and he still remains a factor on the boards because he's got terrific understanding of positioning and great lower body strength.
Shots good by Clarkson. And now it's only a 5-point Piston lead.
Boy, Kev, how about the recognition of Kyle Korver? Puts the pass on time and on target, makes it an easy opportunity for his teammate.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Doris, I didn't know this. You grew up the youngest of 8 children. In what way, if any, did that help you develop the competitive edge you've been known for throughout your terrific career?
You know, I had 4 older brothers, and we played sports my entire life. I picked up the game of basketball at 7, and if you didn't have a little toughness with 4 brothers trying to compete against them, you were going to be in some trouble. So this game has been absolutely great to me.
And I'm sure you remember the first time you picked up a basketball and dribbled a basket.
No question about it, Kevin. 7 years old, running through some hedges like I was coming out of a locker room. It was special.
Well, I'll tell you, for a long time, the reputation of J.R. Smith, not ideal. But, you know, a little bit of poor decision-making, unfocused defensively. He's really matured. He's gotten better on and off the court.
One shot.
Free throw good, Smith. And J.R. Smith, a natural offensive. But Doris's defense has come a long way, too.
Amazing what winning titles can do. You start to appreciate what it takes to be successful. And you go back to his offense, though. A very good three-point shooter, even under great defensive pressure.
Now here's Griffin. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's Hill, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Hill dishes to Love. And Thompson kicks to Hood. And a miss there on the triple. Pistons leading by 4. Here's Bullock. No good from outside. Smith against Robinson. Hood for 3. And another miss by Cleveland.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Over to the wing. The 3. Bullock, good. Now it's a 7-point Piston lead.
Guys, listen, the defense was totally invisible on that three-point attempt. Nobody even in his zip code.
Thompson, a screen on Jackson. The drive by Hill. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And George Hill, one of the elite defensive point guards in the league.
Well, he's got all the tools, Kevin. He's a great athlete. He's got long arms and, of course, the know-how to get it done.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops.
And I think, Kevin, the leadership that George Hill offers is invaluable. This guy is a phenomenal floor general.
Both free throws good from Hill.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue grew up in the small town of Mexico, Missouri. He saw it all at a young age, good and bad.
Now here's Griffin. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. And that one's good. Drummond.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Here's Thompson. They trail by 7. Love outside. That one, no good. And Detroit the other way now. And Coach Tyronn Lue credits the influence of his hometown on teaching him how to live life.
Right, Kev. He says it taught him the things to do and the things not to do in life. He was straight as an arrow during his pro career. Never once got a technical in 11 years of playing. Quite remarkable.
And here's Jackson following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. Up top, Griffin. He's guarded by Love. Jackson kicks to Drummond. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Smith with it. 6 points for him. Thompson in the corner. Smith kicks to Hood. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for Detroit.
And the front line carrying the load offensively. They always say reward the big men. And credit the guards for getting them the ball and enabling these guys to fill it up.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Here's Drummond. Good D by Thompson. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Smith, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Now here is Smith after the miss from Reggie Jackson, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, the 6'8" lefty, Rodney Hood, such a shifty guy with the ball in his hands. Boy, does he use that hesitation to get where he wants.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And from his time at Duke, we knew Rodney Hood could shoot with range. Doris, did you realize how well he could handle the ball?
Well, as much as I like his ability to create, I love how he protects the basketball. This guy is a low turnover guy.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Smith kicks to Hill. And it's sent back by Drummond. Smith against Robinson. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Drummond, a screen. Drummond sets the screen for Robinson. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Robinson's got 6 points.
You know, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Hill kicks to Love. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And the Cavs, once again, looking to will their way, Doris, to a title. Every year, the competition seems to grow fiercer.
Yes, but they seem to be a team that thrives on adversity. Think back to 2016 when they overcome that 3-1 deficit. Last season, it was the largest second-half comeback in playoff history. There's no quit in these Cavaliers.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Doris, some players, no matter how hard they try, can't make free throws in games. You spent a lot of your playing time at the line, playing guard for Providence. Why do you think this mental block is there for some players?
It's amazing the power of the mind relative to sports performance, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Because I do believe very often this can be much more about the mental than the physical side of it. Think back to Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, guys who are physically massive, and they say the size of their hand impacts their ability to shoot it. But to me, there is no question about it that sometimes it's just you're afraid. It's like the yips in golf. You just can't figure it out. And it becomes a scary place to be, standing alone on the free throw line.
Good comparison. The Cavaliers trail by 6. It's Hill on the wing. There's the triple. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And that's now 9 points for Hill.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Drummond. Bank shot, no good. Cleveland's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Hill with it. Robinson picks him up. Here's Love. Here's Thompson. And it's sent back by Drummond. Robinson against Hill. Jackson has the open look. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got 5.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
The screen from Thompson. The drive by Hill. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, way too much standing around in this quarter. They should look to get it inside for more high percentage chances.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Korver in for Smith.
One shot.
And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low, but as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game. And no longer a guy you're okay to foul. Griffin's made steady improvement at the free throw line.
The Pistons have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Zizic is checked in for Tristan Thompson. And then for Detroit, Langston Galloway's checked in for Robinson. And it's Calderon in for Reggie Jackson. And so he makes both from the line. The Cavaliers trail by 5. And here is Hill. He's got 12. Outside Korver. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. It's back to Hill. Beyond the arc. Rebound Detroit. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hill against Calderon. Hill kicks to Nance. And the jam by Larry Nance.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Yeah, a big change of possession in a tight ball game. We'll see if they've seized the momentum.
Here's Galloway looking for his first basket still in this one. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And then for Detroit, Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Lure comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Johnson in for Reggie Bullock. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Kyle Korver, one of the league's all-time great shooters, still holds the single-season mark for three-point percentage at over 53%. He did that back in 2010.
Well, Kev, his floor spacing ability with that three-pointer is just so crucial to the team's success. This guy draws so much defensive attention, and think about it. An open three might as well be a layup for this guy.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Pistons leading. 1:07 left in the first half. Here's Calderon. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
Just nice ball movement there to create that shot. Calderon with the dime.
Now, here's Clarkson. 8 points his last outing. Osman. Oh, good with the triple. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. Good on the three-point shot. And it's 9 points for Kyle Korver.
tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Guys, that's number 2 on him, and they do not need him to sit right away, but one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
Now Clarkson. One second left. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
Unbelievable turn of events. He knew it was good from the moment it left his hand.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Cleveland ahead, leading by a point. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Tyronn Lue. Coach, how do you think the team performed defensively in that first half?
Well, they got to a good start, but then I thought we settled in and started playing a little bit more defense.
Got locked in as the game went on. Thanks, Tyronn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq. Got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. George Hill taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at George Hill, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Well, Greg, there's no doubt. This guy has been superb at moving the ball and getting all of his guys going on the offensive end.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Cavaliers leading. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Reggie Bullock. Griffin is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Reggie Jackson.
Wow. Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Drummond with a screen on Hill. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Smith. The shot missing. And it's Detroit the other way. Hill against Jackson. Dishes it to Bullock. Lets it go from deep. Pistons keep it alive. And that one's good. Drummond.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
Hill. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Pistons trail by 3. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Hood a screen on Jackson. Hill passes to Thompson. Takes the 13-footer, and again it's Cleveland.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Griffin. Back to Jackson. And the rejection by Love.
Oh, terrific timing from Kevin Love to get the block, something he's worked hard to improve on.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
Gentlemen, two shots. Roof shot.
He misses the free throw. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen. And this is really good defensive pressure, whether he gets the block or not.
No, Greg, you're absolutely right. This is strong defense. It's about making the shooter feel uneasy, and that's what he did.
And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
That free throw missing.
Well, we the North starting to turn out some players, right? Out of Toronto, Canada, Tristan Thompson. He doesn't have the most expansive offensive skill set, but guys, his motor is as good as it gets.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. And Thompson, one of the most relentless rebounders in the NBA.
Well, this is the elite skill he brings to the table. His durability and nightly effort on the boards make him a hugely valuable player, worthy of that contract.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Hill against Jackson. Thompson sets the pick for Hill. Out to Thompson, and it's Hood in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Hood's got the lead up to 3 now for the Cavs.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Feeds to Robinson. Picked by Griffin. Kicks it to Bullock for the tie. Connects from 3-point range. Bullock's got it all tied up now for the Pistons. The Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Hill kicks to Hood. In the corner, Smith with it. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And that's JR's specialty right there. The defense can't let him have a shot. I don't care what kind of range he's in.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Smith dishes to Hood. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Andre Drummond picks one up. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
That free throw good from Hood.
I think we know this about Rodney Hood, Kev. He will play hard on both ends of the floor, and he's a lethal shooter from range.
So he gets them both. Pistons trail by 3. Jackson passes to Drummond. Griffin down low, working on Love. Griffin's shot is off. Cleveland's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc, 6 of 15. Hill kicks to Love. No good on the triple. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Drummond a screen. Jackson from long range. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Love kicks to Thompson, and it's good for 2. Thompson's got 8.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Left side, Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Smith kicks to Hill. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. For 3, Smith. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. Then for the Pistons, John Lure. He's checked in for Griffin. Johnson comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Calderon in for Jackson. Calderon kicks to Johnson. Lure the screen. And there's the 3-second violation. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. In third, the Cavaliers.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Larry Nance is checked in for Love. And it's Korver in for Smith. And Nance kicks to Clarkson. Thompson outside to the middle. Nance, no good.
And really, they had the play all set up there, and then it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
There's Galloway, guarded by Korver. Lure the screen. High post try. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot's good from Nance. Nance has got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs.
Yeah, Thompson, a very good passer for a player at his position. Knows where everyone is heading.
Lure the screen. Calderon kicks to Lure. He feeds it to Galloway. Lure a screen on Clarkson. Here's Galloway. That one off the back iron and out. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now the Pistons fast break. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got his first points of the night.
Perfect example of Galloway's ability to stop on a dime and drill the jumper.
The screen from Thompson. Korver attacking. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Cavaliers lead by 5. For Detroit, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Lure a screen on Korver. The pass to Calderon. Hood against Johnson. Lure sets the pick for Johnson. Off the screen. Rebounded by Hood.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Back to Clarkson. It's stolen by Johnson. Calderon against Clarkson. On the wing, Johnson, 20 feet out. But they'll get another chance. Here's Calderon. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Drummond.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Gentlemen, truth shot. Roof shot.
The first free throw is good.
You know, you have to remember in 2009, Jose Calderon is the guy who set the record for free throw percentage in a season, over 98%. Hey, that may never be topped.
He's perfect from the line this time.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Clarkson against Calderon, takes the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Pachulia's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Calderon dishes to Galloway. Picked by Pachulia. Back to Galloway. Just 5 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Galloway's got his second basket of the game.
But this guy is not shy about probing the paint. Galloway getting it done amidst all that tall timber.
There's the dish to Nance. Osman. And that's off the glass and in. And the Cavaliers lead by 3. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Johnson the screen. Galloway the pass to Lewis. Back to Galloway. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Picked by Pachulia for the tie. The Pistons rebound. There's Galloway, guarded by Korver. Picked by Pachulia. Pass to Lure. He kicks to Calderon. Now here's Johnson. He's covered closely. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Cavaliers leading. Back to Clarkson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Pachulia with the steal. Calderon kicks to Galloway. Passes it to Lure. Over Nance. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Cavaliers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Well, you wouldn't think about it with the position he plays, but, you know, Doris Pachulia is an underrated playmaker, very knowledgeable about how to space the floor, and also can drop a perfect pass to a cutter if you let him.
Well, he's the near-perfect teammate because he always understands the role that you want him to play. High IQ, he sees the floor, and he's very unselfish, Kev. He likes to make that extra pass.
And how about the 46th pick back in the 14 draft? Jordan Clarkson has certainly exceeded expectations thus far in his career. An athletic combo guard, he's really succeeded playing at both the 1 and 2.
Free throw good. Clarkson. And Greg, Jordan Clarkson, he has an offensive game, doesn't he?
He's able to shoot with range, and he can attack off the bounce as well. I think that enables him to kind of play on or off the ball. And I think he has a chance to be a really good two-way player in our league.
Jackson, he's checked in for Jose Calderon. And both free throws good for Clarkson. Here's Jackson. He has 5. 1:06 left to play in the third. The Pistons have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Two shots.
That's good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And so Jackson nails both of them. 1:05 left in the third. Here's Clarkson. 8 points for him. From outside the arc. Drills it from outside. Clarkson's got 11. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Galloway. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Lure up top. Guarded by Korver. Lock at 6. Shoots from the elbow. And he comes up with the deuce. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, excellent team basketball. Used the screen to free himself up and drill the jump shot.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lure the screen. Now the feed to Pachulia. Can't hit from the elbow. Nance. That shot off. The third quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
Hey, come on, we got to do this together and play some defense. Let's go.
Stan Van Gundy pleading with his team. Guys, get on the same page is his message and stay together.
Yeah, and I think it's just going to take good communication on both ends of the floor to give coach what he wants.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love out there with Zizic, then it's Smith, then it's George Hill. To the paint, here's Pachulia, then Pachulia with the dunk.
Well, Pachulia just keeps pounding away. Terrific finish at the rim.
It's a pick by Love. Love with the screen on Griffin. Pass to Love. Now Detroit moving it up. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. The big fella is a beast down low.
It's good from long range.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. Dishes to Bullock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Love.
Clearly a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Bullock. Andre Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. One falls, so he hits both of them. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Hill with it. He dishes it to Love. Feeds to Smith. Rebound by the Pistons.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
And Jackson gets it to go. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Zizic, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Detroit.
And you look at Ante Zizic, the forgotten player in the big trade, a young center, legit size and strength, and he also played under David Blatt, the former Cavs coach in Europe.
And that one misses.
And Zizic has a lot of upside. One reason he was desired so much in the trade. Croatian, part of that golden generation, drafted 23rd overall in that 2016 draft, but ended up staying overseas.
And he's good on the second.
Boy, the missed free throw there, keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Tries again. It's deflected. On the wing, Hill. Guarded by Jackson. And Love throws it down.
Hey, forget that Love can get up and finish like that. Nicely done.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Inside, here's Robinson. He can't get it to go. Smith with the defensive effort. Osman. No good on the free throw.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Good on the second free throw. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. It's taken away by Smith. Now Cleveland moving it up. Smith's running. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Hill has the open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Pistons trail by 5. Jackson dishes to Bullock. That one falls.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And Cleveland making a change here. Hood's checked in.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Wants to get it to Hill and does. Again, missing Hill.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, and when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
And it's in there. And that's 13 points for Love.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Jackson with it. Picked up by Love. Bullock passes to Drummond. Knocked loose. Here's Love. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, that's where Kevin's conditioning allows him to run the floor in transition and finish on the break.
Drummond a screen. Here's Bullock, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. And here is Hill. The screen from Thompson. And it's Hill penetrating. Hood for 3. Sinks the triple.
Now, how good is the shooting form? Rodney Hood rises up quickly from deep. He's lights out there.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Hill kicks to Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Hill, the bucket on the assist by Love. 17 points for George Hill.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Stan Van Gundy as he talked with his team. He told the guys, I know you can do it. Make every possession count and watch how things go our way. Kevin?
Count that one. 22 points for Drummond.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Outside Hill. Clock at 6. And it's Smith penetrating. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Jackson. And that one goes long.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot. You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
Here's Hood. That falls. Great assist by Love. Love's got 5 assists tonight.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Kicks to Bullock. And Drummond throws it down.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
Jackson against Hill. Thompson sets the pick for Hill. And here's Love from the arc. No good. Shot missing. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Drummond in the post. He's covered by Thompson. Count it. And the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Andre Drummond.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Hill against Jackson. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Pistons trail by 3. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Robinson. Picked by Griffin to tie it up. That's 24 for the Pistons. And that one's good. Drummond.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Hill against Jackson. And here's Love for 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Hill against Jackson. Drummond the screen. Jackson dishes to Drummond. 6 to shoot over Love. And it's Drummond missing. Cleveland's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Smith the pass to Thompson. Now here's Hood. Tight defense on him. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 15 points for Rodney Hood.
He's been heating it up since the break, getting some excellent looks right now.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
"16 feet away, and it's Drummond missing. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Hill drives in. Love. And Griffin sends it back. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Hill. And that one is good. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Thompson, a screen on Robinson. Here's Smith. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Oh, you know J.R. Smith has a love of the spotlight. He just made a huge shot.
Drummond the screen. Here's Jackson. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book and still one of the best.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Love.
And he's been out there doing his thing, just dominating on the glass. There aren't many players who put more into their rebounding than he does. And we saw that again tonight. Nobody could match his effort on the boards.
And here are the Cavaliers now. It's a one-point game. Jackson against Hill. Love with the screen for Hill. Stolen by Jackson. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. And finished off by Griffin.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
The free throw off from Griffin. Cleveland's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Hill kicks to Smith. Cleveland moving the ball around. Griffin with some nice D. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. They set the pick. Jackson dishes to Bullock. The pass to Griffin. Over Thompson, and Detroit again with the bucket.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
And it was timely. I mean, that's a basket they had to have, and an absolutely vital possession.
Smith kicks to Hill. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Hill's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
Well, the veteran George Hill continues to be masterful in these situations. He's such a great option to shoot it.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Thompson, a screen on Robinson. Hill passes to Thompson. Smith kicks to Love. Detroit with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Robinson with it. Now Smith defending.
He's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
Well, he just works so diligently inside, and the numbers back that up.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The drive by Love. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Jackson against Hill. Jackson dishes to Bullock. Left side, Griffin. Over Thompson. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And folks, we couldn't decide a winner in regulation, and we're getting set for the jump ball to start overtime. And it's the Pistons to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson out there with Robinson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Griffin. And it's Bullock in at the 3, the small forward. Hill kicks to Nance. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Outside Griffin. Offensive rebound. Drummond. Good D by Thompson.
He does the hard part, gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
Hood for 3. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Jackson down low. Hill's there. Count it. And the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Jackson.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
The screen from Thompson. Hood can't get it to go.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
With the tip, the rebound by Nance. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Hill passes to Smith. Nance dishes to Hill. And Nance kicks to Hood. Lock at 6. Shoots from 12. And it's Hood again missing. The Pistons shooting straight 49% from the field. From about 16, Jackson misses. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 so far in their three-point attempts in overtime. Tipped away. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Got a piece of it. Nance against Griffin. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good.
Well, they should be looking at a three-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Robinson dishes to Drummond. Robinson a screen on Thompson. Drummond passes to Jackson. Over Hill. Here's Drummond. No good on that one. Good D by Thompson. Cavaliers leading. Smith outside. And Hill has it in the corner. Out to Smith. Beyond the arc. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And that's 17 points for Smith.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Inside. Here's Griffin. Here's Drummond. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Drummond's got 30.
That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive glass.
There's the pick. For 3, Hill. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. To the inside, Drummond. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltending. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
And Cleveland making a change here. Love's checked in. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far here in overtime. The screen from Thompson. Love kicks to Thompson. Hill dishes to Thompson. A 3-ball, and it's Hill. That time the assist by Thompson. 23 points for George Hill.
George Hill, such an accurate shooter in catch-and-shoot situations. He's always ready to let it fly.
They double-team Griffin. Drummond, a screen. Robinson. No good that time. And Cleveland the other way now. Here's Smith. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, you have to be careful in how you guard Smith. He's so good at drawing contact.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Yeah, and Smith needs to continue to work on improving his shot from the free throw line.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And it's Detroit's ball. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Hill. Drummond, a screen. Bullock kicks to Griffin. A second chance effort, and Thompson sends it back.
That's where Thompson's length comes into play. You think you can sneak a shot over him, but he'll swat it right back at you.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that's how they can ensure this lead stays where it is. Keep knocking down those free throws.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 6. There's 31 seconds left in overtime. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Yeah, the clock is definitely not their friend, and they need to score fast.
Stolen by Thompson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good, gets the bucket.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
There's no doubt. They're really clicking. What an amazing all-around effort to take a huge lead like this late in the game.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. There's 25 seconds left in the first overtime. Smith against Robinson. Now the dish to Bullock. Stolen by Thompson.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Outside Hill. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. JR, congrats on the win. You got yourself going, but it looked like everybody was going well tonight.
I definitely think so. You know, we got a lot of great players on our team, a lot of people who can score, and hopefully we can just keep building on it.
Well, you all contributed tonight. Thanks, JR. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.